Hey Beast, just setting up the channel. Gotta get my chat set up or I won't be able to see anything anybody says. Alright. That's a job in itself, man. 7 hours and some odd few minutes last night. I went until the headset blew up. You see, I made a purchase. Get rid of some of my nasty machinery. Yeah, I checked, excuse me, I checked last night's stream a while ago before I logged on. A total of 26 copyright notices. So, yeah, playing the radio, that's not gonna work. There'll just be long bouts of silence on here. It's corn. One of these days I might even do a contracting job on this map. I don't think I've ever done a contracting job on Drumard. I do believe I always have enough to stay pretty busy with the way I set up everything on here. Now today's the day I start doing things on here that people are going to look at me and go, why in the world are you doing that? You're not doing anything but wasting time. And it's time consuming. It's, quite honestly, it's a pain in the butt. But, let's see, where did I know I brought it over here last night. Oh, okay, put it up there in the barn. But I do it just to increase yield. Notice we still ain't got that covered yet. That price is still hanging down at about $1,500, which for FS 17 is a great price. But we know we can do better. So today, we start plowing in the most unlikely of places. Really? Let's see. This will flip it, right? Yeah, that's flipping it. And that's turning on plowing. Did it? Yeah, it did. Good deal. Today I start getting rid of Giant's grass. That way I'll have seeded grass fields. I can then therefore fertilize my grass fields, increasing the yield. And it makes it all good. And I know you're not supposed to turn while you're plowing, but I'm setting in my beginning line, so I break that rule. Now, I could have plowed in my big dirt area there too, but I got placeables planned for that area. So I always just plow up the grass here without any extra. Reckon I'm getting button happy today. Mashing every button but the right ones. Alright. I don't guess I had to know that, but appreciate it. Schoolwork's more important than watching video games, man. Can't nobody disagree with that. Alright, bro, we'll catch you next time. Ah, great. Button happy. Told y'all. I don't know why I flipped it. It's better that way. There we go. It would be extremely nice if there were ways to get rid of this little, well, I guess they are counting it as a shrub. What it is, it's a map buried tree and the top of the tree is sticking up. I wonder, since it's part of a tree, I've never tried this. No, guess not. That would usually be throwaway stuff off a tree. No, it won't. It won't ship it off. Oh well. It was worth a shot. I'm having to multitask, guys. So I apologize for having a worker on the screen and letting y'all watch a worker. I slept in this morning. I'm trying to get my first cup of coffee made in a field plowed out at the same time. See some little bits and pieces he's missed, though. I'll have to go back and get that. Well, I reckon I don't have to, but I'm anal when it comes to that stuff. This will be the only time these fields that I'm plowing will have to be plowed. Like I said, we're going to plant them in grass just to increase the yield. Fresh cup of coffee. Life as I know may continue to go on. I hear you. You do know you can come and go as you please without having to let me know, right? I'll still be working. I'm less likely to wreck if I don't look at chat that often. Oh, I'm jealous, Beast. That sounds good this morning. But that's the curse of being me. I'm not a big hunter. I love deer meat. I'm just not a hunter. Never been good at it. It's your grandpa's? Yeah, that's usually how I get a hold of my deer meat too. Friends and relatives. Oh man, that sounds good. I need to find me somebody that likes to go turkey hunting and pay them to get me a turkey this year. There's nothing like a good smoked wild turkey. Oh, those are delicious. I don't think you could be still long enough, bro, to hunt a turkey. Them gobblers, they're something else, man. think this is a 3-meter plow. Is this not? No, it's a 2-meter plow. Oh, well, okay, well, that's got to go. Or this is going to take another 7 hours plowing out the fields I got to plow. I should have drove that fast tracks over here. This is the meadow that looks like the American flag when you're zoomed out. All the stripes and the little stars are up here. That's pretty cool. If I remember right, I think Beast is on Xbox. Brody, I'm not certain about it, but I think that's what I remember. All of my regulars, I'm trying to get everybody memorized that comes in here all the time. Running through the woods. It would be nice, but no, they're on different, they're set up different. So when you play multiplayer, you're only playing with the same consoles. Reading chat, not watching where I'm going. But yeah, when you play multiplayer, you're only playing with people with the same consoles you're playing on. There's no cross-platform play yet. There's cross-platform gaming, but not cross-platform play. Yeah, it is a big bummer. That's sort of like my Elite Dangerous game. It's out on Xbox. It's out on PC. It's been out on PC, I reckon, forever. But you don't necessarily play with the I don't necessarily play with the PC players or the Xbox players on it, but everything that everybody does in game, since it's a complete online game, it affects the economy. So, you know, depending on what you're doing, If a bunch of PC users buy a certain good and sell it at a certain station, the price will start dropping. So when I log in, and if I try to go there and sell the exact same thing, I won't get a good rate for it. So we're getting closer and closer to, I guess, sort of cross-platform play. I don't think it won't ever get there though. And if it does, it'll be one of those deals where it'll be PC and Xbox. It will not include the PlayStation because, in my opinion, Sony's just a bunch of tight, stuffed shirt tight butt people that don't want players to do things that players want to do. I don't know, man. It's messed up. That's why it took so long to get modded games on the PlayStation. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my PS4. I just don't care that much about the company policies that PlayStation has when it comes to stuff like that. Let's see. Amazon is 3 meters. I don't have enough money for that, but that would work. What about the jump? The jump up plows. I know they're not really plows. They're like subsoilers, but that's 4.8 meters and it's square, which means the ends wouldn't be angled. But that's 30,000. I can't afford it. That's 20,000. Can't afford that. Well, technically, I'll probably be able to get the 20,000 one. Well, how about it? 3.6. That might work. Okay, let's run that. I want to make sure ain't no use of running all the way to the store to take this plow and get rid of it if I can't get another. You know, we're coming up on this game being out for a year, and you would think as often as I play it, I'd have most of the prices and everything else memorized. But since it's just at a push of a button that you can look at it, I got a theory the reason why people don't memorize things no more. Because they carry cell phones. I can remember, you know, I'm an old fart. I remember growing up, you know, you used to know just about every member of your family. And for a lot of people that were big families. But you had everyone's phone number memorized. And quite honestly, I couldn't tell you my home phone number now. Because we program it into our cell phones and, oh, well, I need to call Bob. And you flip through your phone, you call Bob. You don't look at the phone number once it's put in there. I can remember my parents teaching me phone numbers as I was growing up. So you had Aunt Judy or Uncle Bob's phone number in case of an emergency if you need to call somebody. Grandma and Grandpa's phone number had to be memorized. So we've grown accustomed to not memorizing a whole lot of stuff because it's at the touch of our fingertips, and that's the excuse I'm using for playing the game as long as I have played it and still have not memorized prices in the store. That's my little rant of the day. We lose our brains if we don't use them. Which means mine's been gone for a long time. Yeah, for all the little plowing I want to do, that 2 meter plow is just going to take way too long. Oh, well, I think that's going to open up a whole different possibility. I got more for that than what I thought I was going to get. Not, not that kind of possibility, but you know, I could get that one though. 4.8. Hmm. I've never used that one, and I've never used this one, so I don't really know how wide they are in appearance. 5.7, I would say, would be way too large to take around the map. A 4 meter plow. Let's see, I've used these before, and it's a 4 meter. It fits nice and snug. That's about the width of a tractor. Should be able to fit through any of the gates. I hate to say go big or go home and then get it out there and can't move it around when I need to move it around. We'll take a chance on it though. We'll go 4.8. Have to have 225, and I believe the fent is 240. Well, where's the fent at? Yeah, so that'll work. That'll be what we go with. Yeah, the buttons have been pushed now. Too late to go back without losing money, so. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, that might be a slight issue. It's about as wide as this path. It will, if I can get it to the farm without too many traffic issues, then we should be able to do the things we got around the farm. Oh, that was close. We might not be able to bring it over here and work the back fields on the other side of the village, because getting through the village with this would be a pain in the butt. Oh, sorry about that. Don't have my insurance card. I'm not stopping to exchange information. Got caught up on a bush. Yeah, this is, I should have probably went with the 3.6. Yep. We're going to get it back to the farm. We're going to use it. We may exchange it at a later date. And if we do, I'm not bringing it back to the store to sell. See, once it's at the farm, we can buzz around by going through our little dirt roads. We can cut out that section of 2-lane, and we can always go the long way. You can time it right with traffic, jump out on the 2-lane, go back up to that dirt road, buzz through that field, then cut straight across into there. So that gives us the field behind the farm over there, all those fields we can work, these fields, and anything over this way. You got a shortcut through the sheep pen so that you can work the fields up there on the top of the hill. I might be able to make this work for a while. It's just from the store to the main turnoff on the main road be the hardest part about transporting this around the map. Of course, now it can be transported on a low loader, but not really going to be using the low loader on this one, the drop deck anyway. You wouldn't be able to transport it on the step deck, but the drop deck you could transport it on it, because once you drop the back portion of the trailer, you can back this on sideways, drop it on the trailer, you know, from the side instead of pulling it on. That sucker sets low to the ground. No self-promotion, bro. Bad form. It's better to learn things like that in a friendly place like this than it is to go to a channel and say something like that and get kicked out of chat. I've seen that happen. I'm more laid back with it. I just try to remind you, you know, think about your fellow YouTubers. You know, if you's on a channel where somebody didn't know you, a lot of them got their chat set up where it'll automatically kick you out for doing things like that. I mean, to me, it doesn't make much sense, but I get where they're coming from. Now right now I don't have nothing scheduled for my Saturdays, Brody. If you want to cross promote, I'll let you cross promote on here. And then what we can do is we can do a double stream. That way if people want to, they can watch it on two separate screens. I'll come on multiplayer with you, set your map up, whatever. And I'll stream it from my angle and you can stream it from yours. I'll let you cross promote stuff like that all day long. That's fair. If you're interested in something like that. Because the only reason I'm on Drumard today is because the West Coast hadn't come out. If Giants doesn't approve the West Coast, then I'm gonna start a Lostburg map on Saturdays, I believe. But other than that, I ain't got no plans. Nothing set in stone anyway. Hello, Dave. Nice to see you back in the chat, my friend. You just set up a multiplayer map, Brody. Or you set up what map you're going to stream and then go into multiplayer to play it. Sorry about it, guys. I was reading chat. Didn't mean for the action to come to a halt. Yeah, I agree with you, Beast. I'm going to be fighting mad if West Coast if they don't release it. everything I've seen on everybody else's website, I mean, it looks good. You know, Oxygen David and Bullet Bill, they did a bang up job on that map. And with it having 6 farms on it, oh man, that's like a multiplayer's wet dream. Because I'm the type of guy, I don't mind doing a little bit of everything, but I like settling in on just one thing. That's where I like to give my focus. I like putting all of my attention on just one aspect of the farm. And the way they've got that map divided up, oh man, I love the look of it. Let's see if I can get this squared off as I can. And Saturdays being the day that I can spend the most time online, that's why I want West Coast to come out. That way I can, as soon as I wake up on Saturday mornings, I can log in. I'm going to run it as a multiplayer map for anybody that's on the PlayStation. You know, when it's full, but, you know, come and go as you please type of thing. I may get burnt on it. I've seen some horrible things happen in multiplayer maps. People trying to destroy tractors and sink them in the lakes and streams and rivers and all kinds of nonsense, but you know, you just sort of work around that. There's going to be trolls everywhere, it doesn't matter. But as our European brothers say about the maps, that West Coast is gonna be a cracking map. It's just, there's not words. And as large as it is, spread out, yeah, I can't wait. I guess I have to, but you know, the anticipation is killing me. But Brody, what I was trying to tell you a while ago about doing a dual stream, there ain't nothing special you do, man. You broadcast the same way you would broadcast, you just broadcast it while you're in multiplayer. That's all it is. I got sidetracked talking about the anticipation of the West Coast. That's just like this map here, bro. I mean, you could... Technically, I got it in multiplayer. I've got a password set on it. If I had more stuff to do, I'd tell you to come on here and play away and stream it on yours. But I don't have a whole lot to really do right now. Just getting it up and getting it started. Because I've got a lot of plowing stuff that I got to do right now. What with plowing out my grass fields. And then I got to go over there and plow out my fields that I'm going to plant crops in. I'd rather do all my plowing on this map. I'd rather do myself, because I don't keep the field square, because I don't use a lot of workers. Oh dude, it's your stream. It'll be your stream, so it'd be your map. You pick what you want to do. I'll just come on and be your unpaid helper. And on mine, I'll put it under a different playlist. I'll put it, I don't know, visits with friends or something like that. So that way it won't matter what map I go play on. I'll just be playing with other folks. I don't know if I do or not, but it won't take me long to download it. I probably don't have it downloaded, but you know, I got decent speeds. Hello Duncan, welcome to the stream, man. We're all just hanging out, chit-chatting amongst ourselves while I'm doing a little bit of plowing today. You know, feel free to talk about anything. Doesn't have to be game related. As long as it's not meal related. You'll do like Beast did a while ago and make us all hungry. I still got that sausage in my brain. I'm thinking about deer sausage. 340 trees. Good God, man. You lumberjack, you. Yeah, I know what you mean, Duncan. He said he was eating him some deer sausage. I said, oh man, that sounds so good right about now. And it was smoked deer sausage too, so it just adds insult on top of injury. I hear you, BJ. Will you tell her I said happy birthday, man? I hear you, Duncan. You using the big equipment, or no, like Big Bud, or are you on PC and using some of that extreme mod equipment, or how are you going about doing it? Yeah, go ahead and set that up, BJ. That'll work. I'll download it. Alright. Well, reason I asked is, oh, okay, you're on PS4. There you go. That was the reason why I asked. You don't never know what platform people are playing on, so. I know I've seen some of those PC guys that's got outrageous harvesters, man. They got harvesters that's got headers on the front of them that look as big as the Flex Coil Big Bud. Oh yeah, they've got a lot of mods on PC that are very unrealistic. But they've got quite a few of them on there that are ultra realistic too, right down to the balers where you have to open them up and replace the packs of netting. Those are awesome. Well, I try to play as realistically as the game will let me. And that frustrates some people in this hurry up, get it done society that we live in nowadays. Now, I am guilty of minor unrealistic offenses. Like earlier, we were using a 2-meter plow, and to outline where I was gonna plow everything in, I actually turned corners with the plow still in the ground. You know, that little minor offenses like that is about as unrealistic as I will get on occasions. I'm to the point now where I don't even teleport from tractor to tractor, man. Well, I just have to run over there. We'll be having to get us a pickup or a van or something to buzz around the map on here. Oh, okay. What map are you playing on, Duncan? Sosnovka. I played a lot of that map on FS 15, but since FS 17's come out, believe it or not, I have not been on there other than I use it as a test map. Oh, okay. Westbridge and Goldcrest. Yeah, I've been all over. There's not a patch of grass on Goldcrest that I have not cut. I even made narratives for myself so that I could excuse myself for cutting around the paths in the little park area and everything. I said I got a contract from the city to go and cut their grass. You know, it's got to be justified one way or the other, and the grass in the park just looked hideous. It had to be cut. Oh yeah. I played Goldcrest pretty extensively until, you know, I piddled around with every map, probably like everybody else, when they first come out. And then this one came out, and most of my playtime went into this farm here. To the point where I finally decided to reboot it and start it all over again with what I've taught myself on this one. Well, that's like this. You see, I'm plowing all this grass field. We're doing this just to plant grass. We haven't bought any fields. We're just using what fields we were given at the beginning of the game yesterday. All of our starting fields. And I'm getting rid of all the Giants grass so that I can get a higher yield. And it's time consuming. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm doing it. We can do that fertilizer and get the higher yields. It'll be great for my cattle farm. A cattle farm that may tinker around with sheep. I might put some sheep on here too. The only thing I do with my chickens, Duncan, is I try to dodge them, especially on this map since they're not fenced in. And I had a guy back a few weeks ago that just he was going insane because I would not run over the chickens. Said I was wasting too much time by dodging the chickens. I said, well, it's a living creature. I know it's on my map for aesthetics, more or less, because eggs don't make a lot of money, but I don't want all the blood and guts on my tractor. I got enough problems. There's dirt all over it. It's got to be cleaned, but I don't want to have to pick feathers out of the grill. But that just goes into the realism to me. On those free-range chickens, dodging them increases the difficulty. Hey, Mr. Farmer. Welcome to the stream today, man. We're plowing out our grass fields to get rid of giant's grass. They're just going to be replanted back with grass. It's no big thing. We're going for that increased grass yield. Cows are the only thing I use grass for. And to be honest with you, I wish giants would get the realism of that better. I shouldn't have to, nobody should have to cut grass for the cows. They're in a pasture, they graze on the grass that is there. You should have to cut grass to make hay. You should have to cut grass even to make silage. But where I live at, no farmers go out and cut a grass field just to bring it directly in and feed to their cattle. And I don't feed my sheep. On the maps that I do have sheep, I don't give them grass either. We don't have any sheep farmers around here, so I went and did some reading on it. Most people let them graze in meadows. That's where they get their grass from. From what all I read, and they're given hay as a digestive additive. I don't know why hay helps them digest all the grass they eat better or something. I don't know the science behind it. So that's what I feed my sheep. I give them hay. But now I do a lot of grass cutting, you know, for the hay purposes and also for the silage purposes. And what little bit I have to keep every once in a while to make sure the cows are compliant with giant standards. There's a lot of PS4 guys that don't like watching me play because I take realism to that kind of level. Like I said, I play as realistically as I can that the game will allow me to do. But that's just one of those things, you know. There ain't nothing wrong with getting on here and pulling a bell, you know, pulling a beller across your windows at 14, 15 miles an hour if the beller will let you do that. But there again, having driven a tractor, having pulled bush hogs and stuff, I'm not going to be running through a field running 20 mile an hour cutting grass. So I get a lot of criticism. It's okay. I can deal with it. I'm an old fart. We understand criticism doesn't mean you hate us. It just means you don't understand why we're doing what we're doing. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday so far. It looks like we're in for a sunshiny day here at the house. It'll be our first day without rain in almost a whole week. Yeah, I hear you, Duncan. Yeah, I don't use the money boxes either. I use them on I take that back. I got them on my Sosnovka map. Or I put them on there. I don't think I've left them on there, but I put them on there. And I use it as a test map. That way any mod comes out, I want to check it out, look at it. don't want to go blind into using it on a stream. I got money that I can buy equipment on there, and that's about the only map I use them on. So they serve a decent purpose for something like that, but on a map that I'm just going to be playing, why use them? Major, don't play with squeakers. That's hilarious. Yeah, I lost one of my earlier subbers. He was one of the first ones to sub in. He sent me a message on Facebook wanting to know how come it was that I didn't put out but maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. At the time I was doing the little episodes and doing all the editing and stuff, and I told him, I said, well, editing takes a lot of time. I said, and you know, I'm just doing it in my free time to learn how to do it. He's like, but other tubers put out 4 or 5 videos a week, and you can only do 1. What's wrong with you? I said, well, what's wrong with me is I'm not at home Monday through Thursday. I'm only at home Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because there's a thing called life, and I work. I hear you, Duncan. Now, hopefully it won't be, well, it won't be forever before I hit grandpa status. But I'll say I hope that it's at least another 8 to 10 years, maybe. And my oldest, she just, oh God, she hasn't got out of high school yet, so I don't even want to start imagining that. Okay. Well, see, your daughter has 11 years on mine. So, like I said, anywhere from 8 to 10 years from now, I'll be okay with that. All of her friends, all of my daughter's friends call me Grandpa anyway. Simply because I'm usually, when they have big get-togethers, I'm the old guy compared to their parents. Oh yes, we were just discussing that before you came in. Yeah, we're waiting that West Coast map. It's all done and complete. It's just waiting on Giants to approve it and throw it out there. It's been submitted. I got that update. I think it was Friday. Yeah, last Friday. Last Friday is when Bill let me know that that one was done. Or let everybody know. Didn't just, ain't like I know him personally. He let everybody know it was done last Friday is when I got my message anyway. The message read very politely, "Please stop contacting me about when is it going to be ready. It is ready, it is submitted, it is turned in." Oh, I don't think he's ever had people bother him so much about a map until this one. Oh. Well, at least you have gray hair. You need to be proud of that hair. I've gotten to where a razor is the best comb I could buy. I could understand that, Duncan, completely. If I didn't have something to pass the majority of my week with doing, I believe I'd be in the same boat. Especially after having all the years of being able to, you know, have to do that normal grind. The loss of it, I believe it would just about drive me crazy. But hey, you know, if something was to happen, I guess in my case, if something was to happen, at least then I'd be able to satisfy the squeakers, right? I could put out more than maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. No, we're not very far into this map. Does anybody know, or will I have to check? What kind of seeder does this map come with? Because we haven't really done any seeding. Is it a very small 3 meter? Well, I know what you're talking about. I had a grandparent that was like that for quite a number of years there, Duncan. I mean, I hate to hear that, but they always make you feel welcome when you get there. I can remember a couple times going with them. Let's see. Oh, okay. No, we start off with a 6 meter. See? And I thought I had bought that a long time ago on the other farm. Okay, we're good. Appreciate it there, Dutchman. The delay, the chat delay, but you were right there with an answer. I appreciate that. Much appreciated. Yeah, I got a friend of mine right now, Duncan. His is in remission. He got diagnosed with colon cancer. Almost 2 years ago. He missed right after the diagnosis, he missed a year and I want to say a year and 2 months of work, going through chemo and everything else he had to go through. But you know, he tells me there's days where he has his rough days still, you know, because the fighting it takes so much out of you, as you know. But he has rough days where he feels like he don't want to crawl out of bed, but he's made it back to work. And now he's to the point. Now he's right there at that retirement age, and he said he can't retire. He said there's no reason to retire no more. That being out of work for a year and not being able to do anything just let him know that he'll work until he can't work anymore. You know, he said, when I go into the hospital for that final time, that'll be when I stop working. He said he just couldn't handle it. Well, I hate to hear that, man. I'll put you in my prayers. It's weird how that works. It really is. I guess every form of cancer is different. Well, that would make sense, but I'm I'm just talking about, you know, the way it reacts to the treatment. I guess everyone is different. Yeah, Dutchman. Yeah, we've seen the, I've seen the Massey harvester. I like the look of it. I like the tank size. I like the header size. If there's any negatives to it at all, I would say it's the turning radius. It doesn't seem to turn as sharp as what I would like it to. But there again, that's one of those negative comments that's based on personal preference. Not that anything's wrong with the harvester. A matter of fact, I've got one of those harvesters, that Massey harvester, on my old stream map that I usually do my streaming on Sundays on. Hint, hint, plug, plug. So you can hit that sub button and tap that bell, and you'll see me on here tomorrow and get a good glimpse of that harvester probably being worked tomorrow. Self-promotion, shameless self-promotion there. I apologize for that. Yes, sir. I'd agree with you there, Dutchman. I haven't done any extensive playing on the map, but one of the guys I follow on YouTube, as a matter of fact, he's if you check my page out and look on the home page, he's one of my featured guys. He's doing a let's play on that map right now, and I believe he's using at least one or two of the different tractors out of that pack. Might be using the harvester also. He's turned that map into a wayward home for forgotten tractors. So I think out of all the equipment he's got on that whole map, he's only using maybe one newer model tractor. Everything else are the older models, which, as you can tell, I too prefer the older model tractors. This is the favorite 800 series Fendt that got released this week. I guess everybody else has done seen it. It's probably been out since Monday or Tuesday of last week. I don't get my mods until late Thursday night when I get in from work, so. Yes, sir, Mr. Sealy P. That is it. I thoroughly enjoy his episodes. Yeah, it was something we debated about yesterday. There wasn't very many people in the chat. I started this map, like I said, I did a reboot on it. I still got it on my personal account with its over 1,500 head of cattle and everything else, but I decided, well, I love playing the map, so I need to put it on the account that I do my YouTubes on. So I rebooted it. The first stream was only like an hour and a half. Yesterday I went long form and did like 7 hours on here. And during a lull in the chat, I think it was just me and another guy chit-chatting about tractors, and I told him, I said, you know what, I've been using this Fent that come with the map. I said, I'm not a big Fent fan, you know, or anything. I said, but I don't like the newer model tractors. I like the older ones. And he reminded me, he said, well, he told me, he said, you know, the tractor you're using is 240 horses. The new mod that come out of a Fent can go up to 240. I was like, well, okay, yeah. Like, well, you know, so it's a horsepower wise, you're not going to be losing anything if you swap. So we went over there and we checked it at the store, and that's what we did. We just swapped the one that came with the map for this one, and we came out, I think it was $32,000 in the bank. So we come out $32,000 ahead just by swapping, taking it to the store, selling that one, and purchasing this one with, well, just like you see it. And just to be different, I threw the black paint on it. And instead of the standard red Fent rims, we went with gray. I call it my stealth Fent. Yes, sir. All of the grass fields I own right now, especially the ones over here around the cattle farm. Yep, gonna get rid of all the Giants grass for high yield. The money maker on Drumard is silage. Silage is the name of the game, and since our bunker is over here at the cattle farm, I'm going to take full advantage of the high yield on the grass. Excuse me, guys, I'm still getting over a scratchy throat. Plus, plowing these out is just another way to relax to me. Set upon a straight line, no real big hurry or concerns. It's not for everybody, but it's just one of the things I do. I don't do this on every map, just on this one, because I'm going to go cattle heavy. Yeah, the silage price on this is, it's awesome. Right at this moment, it may not be. Last time I checked, it was at 1,500. And it's slowly starting to ease up now. We've already got like 350,000 liters in the bunker because I cut all these fields and put them in there first. And it's slowly starting to tick up. It's went up €2 in the time I've been playing today, which is 2.5 hours right now. The highest I have seen it is just under $2,000 a liter, 1,000 for 1,000 liters. So yeah, it hits that 1,900 mark. We'll start looking at getting ready to start selling a little silage. Because what's a cattle farm if you don't have cows? So that's going to be our big money maker to start our herd off with. Don't know, that's an interesting proposal. Yeah, I know Platinum's due to come out in November, right? Do they have an exact date? Does anybody know? I haven't really read on it. I saw the announcement coming in November, it said, but I didn't see an exact date. Or if I saw it, I don't remember it. Part of that old fart syndrome. $14th, okay. I figured it'd be around the middle of the month, but wasn't sure. My brain kept having the number 11 come up, and I didn't know if it was in reference to that or something else. Ah, to be young. Bad form, BJ, bad form. Do a test and trials on it, BJ. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen most of my videos. That's how you check out if it's doing okay. Do you a real quick 15-minute, 10-minute or 15-minute broadcast, then come out of the broadcast and go in and check it and see what you need to change. I had to go through that same stuff, man, when I set this channel up to begin with. Oh, great. What did I mash? Oh, I forgot to mash the shoulder button quick enough. Oh, dude. Hired my 12th helper of the day plowing a field that they can't plow. Oh, I hear you. Oh, dear Lord Jesus. It's been one of those days today. When in doubt, mash the wrong button, I guess. Just little things like what I'm doing right now around this fence line that drives those guys that don't care about realistic play. It just drives them insane. And that just makes me laugh. I have such joy making them lose their minds. The older I get, the more I realize sometimes irritating people is the only joys I have in life. Hey BJ, you still in chat? And are you talking about Goldcrest that you're on, or are you talking about Sandy? Because I know you said something about it was taking too long to load Sandy, and you got the patience of a gnat. So, I guess he's done gone. So, Dutchman, where are you watching us from? You in the States? Or are you abroad? Oh, you talking about the new Black Sheep pack that they're putting together? I haven't seen much put out by Black Sheep. If you checked out my old stream stuff, then yeah, I guess saying that I'm a Black Sheep fan would be an understatement. The Netherlands, oh, okay. Yeah, I've yet to see anything that Black Sheep puts out that isn't, you know, it's top shelf, it's top of the line. They take care with all the details, and plus some people get lost in the details. They want to make a mod that's so detailed, and then when you get it on the map you find out that sometimes the most basic of things that should work don't work. Black Sheep has never failed to keep me satisfied with their mods. They've always been up to snuff, so yeah, that little pack there, I will probably find a use for it. Yeah, the digger. I know what you're talking about. I caught a preview of it off their YouTube page. Any updated information on when it may be coming out? You know, because every time you ever see anything about it, it's always in 2 weeks. I reckon every mod comes out in about 2 weeks. Oh yeah. Well, I assume you like the redo of the Peterbilt 379, or as they call it, the 950 Legend that Black Sheep put out. You know, they don't make those trucks anymore either. But that one there, according to the headlight style of it, it's a new style of headlight in that truck instead of the old style of headlights. But other than that, that's a neat looking truck. And personally, turn the lights back off. I'm waiting on the hook truck mod they got coming out. Can't remember the name of it now, but it's a truck basically that works with the IT runner package. I'm waiting on that. Oh, 10 to 15 weeks on the digger. Okay. Yeah, that's where I fail a lot of times. I'll check their YouTube page to see what they've got coming out, and I don't never check the website. Their website is pretty close to being, 100% accurate as far as release date, release time. But the hook, that hook truck or whatever they're calling it, when it comes out, I will then have a great use for the IT runner pack, because everything that'll fit on the back of the little IT runner trailer is very inexpensive, so for a farmer on a budget, it's great stuff, from the tipper all the way to the slurry tank and everything else is pretty inexpensive. But having that high price tag on the trailer itself just does not work for my budgets. Yeah, the 850 I think's the one I seen. Oh, he's doing a man too? Oh, that'll be awesome. And yeah, BJ, I see what you say. Yeah, you're gonna have to have a real good connection, bud, in order to do that. I mean, I got a decent connection over here, and even then I get frame drop warnings every once in a while because the upload speed goes down. Depends on what time of day it is. Now, if you have days where you can, BJ, if you have some days or nights where you can be up like after 11 or 11:30, you might have better speeds then, or you can go to bed early and set your alarm clock for like 4 in the morning and get up and do them then. You'll have better speeds there too, because the area around here where we live, it won't be as congested, so maybe that'll help your speed rate. Or yeah, you can do the share factory thing. You can record it. You don't have to edit anything out. You can record an hour at a time and then just share the video straight. Plus there, you'll be able to put a title screen on it, and you can set you a timer on on your phone or something. Y'all excuse me, I got a call coming in. My apologies, guys. I'm back. Depends on what you call better there, BJ. Your upload speed is still going to be slow. There ain't nothing you can do about that. It'll take forever to put the video on YouTube. But, you know, as far as recording it, it's just going to take however long you want to record for. Like I said, you can, on Share Factory, it'll let you record up to an hour at a time. So you can record a 1 hour length thing and just do it like you'd be broadcasting. You just won't have chat. At which point, you know, you can just do your verbal descriptions and explain why you're doing what you're doing. Sort of like I did with the episodes. You don't really have to do all that cutting and editing and all of that jazz. Upload speeds, I'm not going to lie to you, kiddo, upload speeds are just going to be your problem. There ain't no way around it, because that's connection speed. You're going to have to, for me to get a good connection speed here, I had to make sure I was hardwired into my internet connection. The Wi-Fi even slowed down my speed. Because I used to have the modem used to be in another room, and the PlayStation was only connected through Wi-Fi, and well, you've seen how that works. Because you've been over here when we've been back there downloading something in Corbin's room or in the girls' room. Oh, you're talking about quality? Oh no, man, the quality will be fine. It'll be just like what you're looking at on the screen. Share Factory takes an exact copy of what you're looking at. Plus, before you post it, you can always go back and look at it with no problem. Plus, make sure you take, like I said, if you're going to use Share Factory, make sure you take a couple of pictures while you're doing your broadcast, and you can screenshots, you know, and that way you can make you a title screen. That was the one thing I do like about using Share Factory, is you have that title screen. So yeah, Share Factory will give you a good quality recording of it, but it still might take you 2 hours to upload your video. Well, just so you're prepared, when I was doing the 30-minute episodes on Share Factory, a 30-minute episode would take me, it took me 15 minutes for Share Factory to convert a 30-minute episode, and then on top of that, to upload it to YouTube was another 10-15 minutes, and that was with a fast connection. That is very ingenious, Dutchman. I had never thought about that. Very ingenious indeed. It had never crossed my mind to use any of that stuff as transporters. I'm doing time lapses right now. See how fast my tractor's moving? 14, excuse me, not miles per hour. 14 kilometers an hour in reverse. That's time lapsing for me. That's a joke, son. Wake up. I'm joking with you. Yeah, I've seen Daggerwin. I've seen Daggerwin do. I think did he finally go ahead? Yeah, I think he did. I think he finally went ahead and started his series on it. And I seen was it Simulate? I want to say it was Simulate. Seen Simulate do I seen his first look at the map. But the map's just, oh man, like they say, it's a cracking map. I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna run it as a multiplayer map to where people can come on there. They can do whatever they want to do when they want to do it. It's fine by me. I'll set up the I'm gonna set it up to do the shared money thing, and all I'm gonna do is sit there and, well, I hadn't made up my mind. I'm either gonna set and manage the cattle or set and manage the pigs. I haven't really done an in-depth run at the pig farming. Then Landy Kid? Okay. Nothing against Landy Kid. I can't sit through an entire episode of his. I'm sure there are several people like that with me, but I don't know. Me and that stupid trigger button are not getting along today. Dear God. like I tell everybody, everybody is not everybody else's cup of tea. I believe it has something to do with the tone of his voice, the pitch of it. Cause his videos are awesome. I guess if I turned the sound down and just watched the video, I could make it through a full episode. Yeah, time lapse was a work, BJ. I wouldn't time lapse everything though. Just your big jobs. Anytime you're going to do a big job, I'd time lapse it. Or if you're doing boring, mundane things, that's when I time lapse. When I did it. That's when I time lapsed when I did it. Now I'm to the point I'm on here playing. I play for me, man. I do live streams. People can come and check them out. They can leave and go when they want. If I ever get the channel growing, channel ever starts growing, the chat's just going to be for people to chat with each other with. Because in reality, I've been plowing now for going on 3 hours. There's nobody in their right mind that just wants to sit and watch, or I wouldn't believe that there would be people wanting to sit and just watch a person plow a field, or fields, make that plural, for 3 hours. But if you can watch a game that you enjoy playing and enjoy seeing what other people are doing, and you got a chat window where you can kill or attack cats, where you can sit and chat with like-minded people, yeah, you might stay in there an hour or so, as long as the conversation is good. The attack cats are on the prowl. They are having an argument with each other right now. As long as they don't come and kill me, I'm good. Oh, I couldn't agree more with you, Dutchman. I've been begging Giants. I've mentioned it in several different streams. I would beg Giants to put that classic pack out now. Because now we have maps that are suitable for them. In 15 when they put it out, you could use them as yard tractors on Westbridge. But, really? You're not going to try to run the whole map with those classic packs. It take you an hour and a half to go from the east side to the west side, or the north side to the south side. But on maps that we got now, like Drumard and or any of the European maps that we got now, where you got all those narrow lanes and oh man, those classic tractors would be awesome on it. Yes, I do. I do need that sign. The bad part about it is I have a window sill. There's a large window behind me that spans the room, and it's got a very wide windowsill on it. And the cats love to get up there and prowl along that windowsill. Now, where I'm sitting at playing, I mean, it's no more than maybe 2-3 inches away from the windowsill. They get up there and they slip behind the curtains. That way they can look outside and see the birds and everything. And when both of them decide they both want to be up there at the same time, and your head is about 3 inches away from them, it is it is not a pleasant sound through your headphones to hear two cats start banging up against the window behind you as they're having a battle for dominance on the windowsill. Oh Lord. Right next to the sign about the Terra cats, I need a sign that says caution. Owner may act crazy due to cats. My cats have got me shell shocked. I'm jumpy now. If they got back there and all they did was hiss and carry on at each other, it'd be okay, but they're brother and sister, and they've been together ever since, you know, they've been born. So they don't hiss. Hissing to them is like, you know, that's nothing. That's for strangers. We'll hiss at a strange person or a strange animal. But, you know, you're my sister, so I'll just walk up and go, "Wow!" and paw you in the side of the head. And that's what happened. I about jumped out of my chair. I thought they had lost their mind and was going to attack their owner. Oh. That's a pretty sight right there. Also, the beauty of this is after we get rid of Giant's grass, we do plant it back in grass. We get a higher yield. But later, if I decide, say, well, we've got grass covered, we could always take this field and plant something else in it. And we don't have to replow all up again by ourselves. We can hire a worker. We can hit it with just a cultivator. That's great. I don't know what it is. It must be a family thing. In the past, all the cats that we've ever had, or I've ever been around, weren't like related cats, you know. It's my sister. Growing up, my sister was a cat person. And I remember she'd get a kitten here and a stray there and bring them home. Those cats always seem to be like, oh, neat, somebody to play with. Not my cats. Yeah, that's, as I was looking across it, that's exactly what was coming into my mind. This would be okay for corn too. That's why I mentioned, you know, at a later time, yeah, it's going to be a whole lot easier just to grab a cultivator, come over here and turn this grass over and move it on to something else. It's that initial plowing that everybody usually doesn't monkey with. I don't know. I like just taking things and taking the map and try to make it my own. I got in too big a hurry on Old Stream to get it started and running. I was sort of worried that not many people would come in and check it out. So I went ahead and started planting things so that I could get a harvest in, because you never know what people are going to be interested in seeing. But after all of the fields around the farm, after I get one, I think, no, wait a minute, I may have already harvested field 1 on that farm. Field 4 that's behind the farm, when it gets harvested, it will not be replanted for a while. There's going to be some major cosmetic stuff I got to do that requires chainsaws. And there will be a lot of physical labor having to be done to the farm because, you know, it ain't rolling in the money right now. Oh, so you're the guy that's been watching my old stream. I've been wondering who that one person was. Well, it's nice to know, man. Well, that's what you got to look forward to. I like that map, but for some reason the workers do not love the trees on the maps. They leave all kinds of missing sections, and the trees are the only thing that I can figure out is making the workers say, yeah, I'm not working here. They will not plow that little section, they will not cultivate it, they won't plant it. Yep, that's it. The trees along the edges of the field. So I'm gonna go in, and those aren't those easy trees either. They're not the pines or the firs or whatever. So I will probably be going to, I haven't really made up my mind. I mean, I've got that Massey, the trailer for the Massey pack, the bale trailer as they call it. I just call it a flatbed because you can take the racks off and use it for anything. I don't know if I'm going to cut it down in sections small enough to fit on that, since it also dumps, and then throw things up on top of it and strap it down and haul them off. Or I might lease, I don't see a reason to purchase one, but I might lease a wood chipper. Might do all of my cutting, lease a wood chipper, and then chip it all down and haul it off. I haven't really made a decision. I'm open to suggestions on it, but there definitely will be a chainsaw bought. That's what I'm getting out of it. Some of the first buildings I saw, you know, they've been working on it for a while. I want to say it was 3 or 4 months ago when I saw them put out a release on that. The Old Valley Farm is, I reckon, is what they're calling it. Some of the first pictures of the buildings they were putting on it, that was the first thing I thought of. Is, oh, okay, is this like Old Stream version 2.0 or something? And the more I've seen of it, it looks like that's what they're doing. They're going old school, which I thoroughly like. But it seems like they're going to be making a bigger map. I would agree with that. I would like it if it was a whole lot lower to the ground. At least half as much. If it was only half as high as it is, it would be awesome. Plus, to get that true backwoods feel, instead of it having tractor type tires on it, I think it should have like a 14 or 15 inch like car tire on it. That would go a long way as to putting it lower to the ground. But, you know, we've got to take what we get. It's like I tell everybody, I can talk about the mods that are on here as far as give you my opinions of what I like and what I don't like and my personal preferences, but I would have no idea. I've got no concept of even having an idea of where to start as far as building a mod, making a mod. All of that is beyond my pay scale. All I can do is look at the mod and say, alright, it's great as it is. It could be better. This could be changed. This could be changed. These could be options. And it's not necessarily making it better overall, just better for my preference of play. But yeah, that little flatbed looking hay hauling trailer, that's way too tall, man. And the first time I saw, so was it was either Dagger one? No, it might not have been Dagger one. Terrier. I seen Terrier 930 use it in a live stream, and I think he was hauling hay with it. And he wasn't going very fast, but the first turn he went around and it almost flipped over. That right there is your first sign. Hey, this is too tall. It's setting too high up off the ground. The center of gravity is way off. Other than that, awesome mod. Everything's going to have a drawback and a negative. I mean, people got to be not so touchy. Realize that when somebody says, hey, did y'all notice this, or did anybody else experiencing this? It's not that we're slapping the mod in the face, that we don't like it, that we think it's trash. It's like, no man, this is something I've noticed. And if it's going to be used for this type of thing, you know, this will be a drawback of using it. +10 weeks on the old valley. That'd be about right. Hey BJ, what do you need now, bud? You know, I criticized Giants when they released the big bud pack. I had those little squeakers out there. All the younger kids were, man, they were treating me rough because I criticized Giant for putting out the big bud pack. Why is it needed? I mean, I understand the novelty of the tractors, but okay, Okay, maybe everybody is only playing Goldcrest. Maybe everybody is only playing Sosnovka. Uh, but if that's what everybody's playing, that's the only reason to have a Big Bud. You know, you're not going to find Big Bud on, uh, well, any of the maps. I was just going to name one or two, but come to think of it, you're, you're not going to see them on Sandy Bay. You're not going to see them on Colborough. You're not going to see them on Old Stream. You're not going to see them on Drumard. You could, if you go single tires on them, you could use the tractor, but as far as the equipment, there's not enough room. You know, personally, I looked at it as a slap in the face, and not a slap in the face to the people playing the game, but I thought, I looked at what they released, and I'm like, okay, to me, this is them slapping modders in the face, saying, you know, hey, we got you this game. We got this game that y'all can do maps for, and all you map modders are wanting to do small maps, and we've done pushed the engine to the, you know, point that we done showed you, Goldcrest. You know, you can go large, and everybody wants to make these little European style small maps. You know, it was like them slapping them, saying, hey, y'all, wake up. Y'all can make bigger maps now. So I criticized Giants for it. I was like, you know, why give us equipment that large? Instead, why don't you look at what the community is liking? We're loving the crap out of these modded maps. We're liking the tight fields and the narrow lanes. You know, you give us something we can use on it. You know, the Coon Pack, it had maybe 2 pieces, 3 pieces of equipment in it that I found, oh, well, you know, that's neat, that's useful. The bell wrapper in the Coon Pack, that was awesome. I like that. It's nice to be able to wrap square bells. The bell wrapper in there, that was handy. But then the next download pack is Big Bud. You know, give me a break. But, you know, not everybody thinks the same. That was just my thoughts on it when it came out. But now there are plenty of guys that's all they do. They play the big maps, you know. They play Mustang Valley, American Outback, Goldcrest, Sosnovka. Sosnovka, I mean, it's a large map, but to have Big Bud type fields on it, you're going to have to do some plowing. You know, there's a lot of fields on Sosnovka that can be plowed together. A lot of them. Sort of like Goldcrest, everything south of the highway can almost be connected. I'd be interested in seeing some kind of sales report on that old-timey tractor mod or tractor pack that they released for FS 15. I'd like to go back and see if they just felt that it was not popular enough to rewrite for FS 17. That's the only reason I can figure maybe they haven't done that. I mean, because you got to think the Homer was download content. The IT Runner Pack was download content, I believe, in FS, if I'm remembering right. You know, old people in our brains don't always work properly, but if I remember right, the IT Runner Pack in FS15 was a download. It was content. And then the Homer Pack was the Terravarian or whatever it's called. And they pretty much become standard for FS17. A fruit farm. Have you checked into pure farming? I don't know when it's due to come out because the date keeps getting moved around. When I first heard of pure farming, it was supposed to have been out early 2017. Now they're talking like it's going to be early 2018 for a game called Pure Farming. It's going to have fruit, where you'll have fruit trees and whatnot. You'll have orchards. Starting to get dusky dark over here in the shade. And from a graphic standpoint, it looks good. It looks to be on par with this anyway. Unlike that Professional Farmer. Professional Farmer looks like something graphic wise, it looks like a game a Lego player would play. But depth wise, it's pretty, you know, it's a pretty deep game if you want to get into the financial side of farming. Oh, you've already pre-ordered it. Where'd you do your pre-order at? Because I've been looking on the PSN store. I can't find it on there. You go through a local store or something to pre-order, or Amazon or something? But from the multi-platform concept, that seems to be the only game that's going to be out there to compete with Farming Sim. Now on the PC side, they've got cattle and crops coming out, and it looks outstanding. but it's not going to be coming to consoles so far as I know. Oh, you found it on the PSN store? Dude, I'll have to re-look then. I went on there yesterday and was looking for it. I know it was getting close to time that you should be able to pre-order it. I may have to search harder. Now I seen Professional Farmer, what did it say? Professional Farmer 17 Gold Edition. I seen that on there, but I wasn't able to find Pure Farming. Professional Farmer would be an awesome game if they could get the graphics looking better. They've got the John Deere name brand. They're paying for the license for the name, but the tractors look like polygonic crap. I mean, it's just sad. There are no sharp edges and everything looks like a die-cast plastic toy or something, you know. It's just fake looking. It looks about like the New Holland front end loader on here, or wheel loader. It just looks like a giant toy. Oh, you talking about the new cows on the download, the DLC stuff coming? Yeah, I noticed we had new cow textures coming. I didn't know if they were going to do beef cattle. Could be. Or they could just be changing the texture simply because of to make it look like cattle in that area. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Would be interesting though. I mean, they have added the pigs, and you know, technically the only way to make money off pigs is to raise them to sell for meat. It would make sense that they would let you do that with cattle too. And if that's the way they're going, that's going to be awesome, because then they'll have to release, well, it'll be like a big update on the game as it releases. Now that I think about it, I don't know, because modded maps, Giants does not update the modded map. The modders have to do that themselves. So if they introduce something like cattle for meat, modders are going to have to go back in and update their maps to be able to handle that. It's sort of like with that Seasons mod, you know. After the Seasons mod came out on PC, modders were having to go back and tweak their maps so that the map would be compatible with it. That's what I'm waiting on. I probably will not be out until FS19, but that is a realistic gamer's wet dream right there. That is true, Dutchman, that is true. All we can do is sit and wait. As a console gamer, I have grown accustomed to that. It's the waiting game. And if you wait long enough, they'll figure it out. You gotta look, Giants they've incorporated pigs. Pigs were first put on maps by modders. So they incorporated that. The winner of the big mod contest this year was the Seasons mod. So I'm figuring FS19 will probably incorporate that. The rumor mill says that the modders that come up with that and put it in the contest, they got a third-party deal as part of their them winning the mod contest. So I'm figuring it's probably going to be exactly like the pigs were. That so many people were using the pig mod to put pigs on their farms that Giants contacted the modders and said, hey, you know, let's look at money. Yeah, I didn't think I owned this one. I don't own this one. So I don't have to plow it as of yet. I love the wobble of this tractor. That's bad when a modded tractor outperforms, the suspension outperforms the vanilla tractors. I've noticed Mr. Seeley P talking about that too a lot. He's noticed how rigid the tractors are now compared to FS15. How the suspension doesn't move like it used to. This tractor here, it's got movement in the suspension. I'm waiting to hit a bump so that you can really tell it, but and it's the front suspension more than it is the rear. Everything over here is pretty smooth. Let's miss the post. Don't run into the fence post. Okay, traffic only comes from that way. We're good. Boy, this vent is worth its weight in gold. It's nasty as all get out, but it gets the job done. Alright guys, it is that time of year where college football is getting started up this weekend. So I'm going to put an end to the stream. I will be back in here sometime later this evening, but I've got a couple of football games that I just have to watch. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. Enjoyed talking to everybody in chat. Like I said, if you ain't already a subscriber, check us out. Hit that button. Like the video if it did anything for you. If it didn't, dislike and leave a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, guys. But y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you sometime tonight. We won't be gone long. Laters.